What it do, baby? Yo, we got the heat. Not that Miami heat. We got the heat. That Wisconsin heat. That Idaho heat. We got something special for English Friday. And you know what? I'm going to say this. If you know me, you know. I love that girl. Love that girl. She's a future Hall of Famer. Greatest American woman hockey of all time. She's very funny, very witty. Great line mate at Le Classique KR4. She was my line mate. And we both had number 21 because I felt bad about changing her number for 21 because my number is 21. And I was like, man, she can't be 12. 12 is ugly. So we both had 21 on the same line, you know? But that's not what I want to say. Her French is surprisingly very good. She doesn't talk French on the pod. We talk about a lot of stuff. Madison Square Garden, Wisconsin. We talk about more and more and more. But she is special. I love my girl Hilary Knight. And we have a pretty good long pod. I think we hit the 45-minute mark. If you know me, I always say, let's talk for 30 to 45. If it's 45, it means it was a very good talk. So let's go listen to Hilary Knight. But before, I need to remind you to follow us on Instagram, Sans Restriction. I need to remind you to buy our gear at zonekr.ca. Zonekr.ca. I need to remind you to be positive today. I need to remind you that today is a good day. That no matter what happened to you, it can be better. You can change the life of many and many people. Somebody in the world needed to hear that. And now let's go listen to my girl Hilary Knight. Baby! Yes, it is true. It is now. It is happening for real because we're having that girl. Everybody knows I love her a lot. A lot, but we're gonna have the chance to talk, and you will have the chance to connect with her on another level because she's an amazing person. My girl, one of the greatest women's hockey player in the world, the best American hockey player ever, Hilary Knight. How you doing?
Kevin, I'm great. I love you too, man.
You see? That's why I love you, because when I say that I like somebody else, they don't say they love me back though. But you did.
Oh yeah, no, I love you. You're great. I mean, you know, amazing. When did we first meet? When I went up there to do your show, right?
Yeah, this is the first time we met, and I remember your phone didn't work, and I was like, "Oh, she's not gonna be happy with the interview because she doesn't know that I don't prepare." But you play with my dog, though.
Yeah, no, it was good. I had a lot of fun. I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden you're at like every game. I'm like, okay, this guy's legit. I see him.
Yeah, fuck. I'm coming to every game, man. What do you mean? I'm not gonna act like I love women hockey. I have a lot of jerseys here. We just did a whole women's hockey weekend at the TVA Sport. It was fun and good. A good response from the people too. So maybe one day we can do it back on TV one more time. You know?
Yeah, no kidding.
So how you doing? How you doing with all the pandemic COVID bullshit?
Oh, yeah, I think it's bullshit, right? No.
It is.
I don't know. At the beginning it was just like, scared of everything and, leaving the groceries outside because you read one news article and just living in fear for a while, and then slowly saying, okay, there's more information now, and kind of getting out of my little bubble. As healthy as I can to go to the grocery store and things like that. But, I miss the girls. I miss training with the girls and everything. So, it was a tough 6 months. And then, I know we're luckier down here because we have no rules, right? So,
you girls have nothing over there. You can throw a party right now.
Right? No, just go down to Texas. It's fine.
Oh, it's like, God.
Okay. No, but, it's like we're lucky because we were able to play at Madison Square Garden, right? So I think now, like when we do get to play, obviously Madison Square Garden is like iconic, right? But you just appreciate it more because you went from like not knowing anything and so much uncertainty to being like, wow, I'm grateful now to be able to go play on the ice and play with teammates. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
was so I've been to Madison Square Garden to watch wrestling, so it wasn't the
Yep.
same thing as watching a hockey. But how, like, I remember when I walked through Madison Square Garden, the steps, the old steps, the old doors and everything, the pictures on the wall, and for me it felt special because Gretzky and Messier and Leach and Richter. Now I can add to that list Knight, Decker. How was it to play? Yeah, it is. How was it to play at Madison Square?
Oh man, it's weird because I never dreamed of playing there, right?
Yeah,
But it was like a dream come true. It was tough to like hold back tears because Billie Jean King gave us this incredible speech before the puck dropped, and it's like, all right, we got to go play a hockey game. So wipe them away real quick. But people talk about Madison Square Garden like once you've been there, like you've made it, right? So whether
yeah.
you're in sports or a different type of entertainment, like that's when you know you've made it. So to have the first pro women's hockey game there is pretty epic. And obviously there's going to be more momentum to come, but that's the first game of the year we haven't played in what, like 13 months or something like that. So
Crazy.
it's wonderful, you know?
But so you go. So what is the first thing you do when you're in Madison Square Garden and you're playing? You're not just watching the game. You're playing. So do you take a picture of the eyes? Do you take a picture of the
Yeah.
stall? Like what is the first thing you did at Madison Square?
Honestly, well, first thing you have to get PCR tested. So that was the first thing.
What?
But the nasal swab just to make sure everyone's in the clear. But no, I mean it's such an iconic venue. You just look up at the ceiling and you're like, oh my goodness, the ceiling and just the wood and it's this magnificent kind of feeling that overcomes you because you're like, oh my goodness, like we're playing here.
Crazy.
This is the real deal. So yeah, it was really cool to look up and I'm like, okay, I need to take a picture and then I need to like focus and do what I'm here to do. So it was great though.
So how many of those nasal thing up the nose you did? Like how many times? Because
So many.
I know Betty hates them, and she's probably gonna hear this and gonna be mad that I said it. But how many times they stick the nose? They stick the stick in your nose?
A lot. I've lost count at this point. But
Damn.
it's just I remember the first time I got it done, I started crying like my eyes and I was like, did that touch my brain? Like what's going on here, Like it was so painful. And I think, now they've kind of refined the technique to make sure they don't have to like scratch your skull in the back, right? But
Crazy.
no one likes anything stuck up their nose.
Well,
So
I don't like anything stuck up anywhere, so
yeah,
especially not my nose.
good point. Good point. Man.
Oh God, but
No
no,
kidding though. Anne So doesn't like them. I don't know why she wouldn't like them.
nobody likes them. Nobody like nothing sticking up, nothing, no place. Okay, let's put it.
Yeah.
You see, that's a conversation that because us here in Canada, we've been lucky. We can still do the TV shoots and stuff like that. So, well, I say in Canada, in Quebec, we're allowed to do tournage and more. But so I was talking about that with somebody else who's doing acting, and she's like, I haven't worked in a year and a half, and she's a famous
Mhm.
actor here, and I'm like, yo, I haven't done the nose thing. I haven't taken a COVID test since the beginning of a COVID.
No way.
I'm telling you, like I was
Oh
talking, I was like,
man.
I think I did not take a test, but I never had the symptoms, so I said, I'm not going if they don't call me.
Yeah. No. I mean, why would you, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's crazy.
so when did you went back on the ice? Because I know here the girls they're practicing a bit, but it's harder. But I think in the States you start earlier.
Yeah. So let's see. I was in Idaho when everything hit. I left Montreal and I just packed up my stuff as much as I could fit in the car. Like, somebody should have, robbed me on the way out there because I had everything in the car. It was just I couldn't even put down a window; something would fall out. But
That's crazy.
yeah, no. So I packed everything up and then drove home to Idaho for a bit, and I want to say like September. I came to
Okay.
Minnesota to start training with some of the girls, and um, we've been fortunate here because we kind of made this like fake bubble, and just we have a healthy respect for one another to make sure,
Yeah.
we aren't doing stupid stuff that would cause harm to other people. So everyone's really accountable in making sure they're doing their best to, create a safer space as best they can. But yeah, no,
But
it's been
do you,
wild.
do you train with masks?
Yeah.
How is it?
And then
Can you breathe?
no, I can't. It's funny. I call it my cardio mask, It's
That's
just
crazy. Do you feel
yeah.
do you feel that you're, because like everybody knows you're a pretty good hockey player, and I have to say it's pretty fun to talk to you. It's been a long time, and I have a lot of love for you, and it's good talking to you. And your sound is amazing. You have a good sound. You should have a podcast. You should have your own
Oh, thank
podcast.
you.
Yeah. So do you feel that because of the pandemic and because of the way things are right now, your abilities are diminishing faster than it should be, or you're like, I had a year off, so I could work on my stuff?
You know what? It's less miles on the tires, right? Or
That's
less, I should say
true.
less kilometers.
That's
But
true. Yeah, because it's
yeah,
Canada.
yeah.
You're great.
So no, it's so funny. After living up there, I was like Celsius, everything, and
And
I came
nobody
back. I was
understood.
like Fahrenheit. Okay, got to get used to this again.
That's funny.
So yeah, but I think it's less wear and tear on the body, and I was able to tackle a couple injuries and get those covered this year, and sort them out, which is great. But at the same time, it's less touch points with the girls as well. So you definitely feel you got to shake off the rust when you get out there,
Yeah.
if you haven't been able to practice. So it's it's crazy because I'm biased, but I think the way Madison Square Garden game looked in the game at the United Center, it looked great, right? And
Yeah.
so imagine if we were all in a bubble playing together and got all these reps in, like how much better it's going to look. So I'm excited for the future of the sport from that point of view, but I think right now I'm focusing. I'm like less mileage on the car. Let's go.
Yo, you big. I think you'll do a Zenochara plan until you're 44.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know about that. I gotta start making money.
Oh well, it's coming. You girls are working toward that, doing a lot of big. I have I bought a shirt. I bought the. I tried to bid on yours, but it's rich people money that bids on yours. I tried to bid on
Yeah.
your Madison Square Garden. I think it was like 1,000 and more. I was like, what?
No.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of money. I tried to bid on it.
Dang. I appreciate the effort.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
I saw that thing and I was like, is this a mistake? I don't know. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh man, like everyone's jerseys are doing so well. Like, good
because
on us, right?
it's history. People want a piece. Like I have my Sarah Lefort P-Dub jersey because I when I went to Chicago to watch y'all play, I was like, I need a piece of history because that's something
Yeah,
like this is it was the beginning before the beginning, So
right.
so yeah, I think that's why, and that's a good thing. And I urge everybody to go on shoppdub.com to buy some of your gear. But one thing is the skates you were wearing at I think it was Madison Square Garden. You wore those skates, or Chicago? You wore
Yeah.
those skates, man.
Yep.
First of all, thank you. Second of all, how was it to wear those skates, knowing all the history behind them?
Uh Overwhelming in the best way, right? To know like the thought that went into it, to have a couple of the players, a couple of the agents design it, and obviously the iconic guy Willie,
A god.
what he's done. I mean,
Yeah,
he's talk about crushing barriers.
yeah,
So it was really wonderful moment to be a part of, and I'm hoping that they can raise money, and that can go to the Black Girl Hockey Club and whatnot. But I think like visibility, right? Like it's so important. And so it was great to see the guys in the NHL wear them, and just continue the conversations that we've seen more forefront recently in the US, but that have always been there, right? So
yeah.
I'm excited for the sport because right now, we don't have diversity. We don't have inclusivity, right?
God.
So when we do get these things, think how much better the game's going to be. So that's the exciting part for me. But yeah, I mean, to wear those skates, it was an honor,
No,
to be
but it
honest. I
was
don't know how else to say it.
it was special because when when Duclair wore those skates, I'm like, dude, you better. I mean, you better. You like when I saw, I was like, congrats, but I mean, you better. And then when Suzuki wore those skates, I was like, well, I guess he better too because they have some of the same challenges that we have. But having a white girl from USA wearing those skates, being proud of wearing those skates, it was something. It was something powerful because, like we said before, we were taping that this in that discussion we need the white people's voices with us because we've been talking about this for years and nobody listened. But when y'all start talking about it, more and more people listen, and that's why I think it's important, and that's why I want to thank you.
No, yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
The more collective, voices we can have, the better. And it's not, one person's job or, to push things forward. So I think it's important to continue to have healthy conversations and stand up for people who don't have the same opportunities.
Okay,
So,
so you are the only player I like from Team USA. You're the only
oh, well,
one.
thanks, Kev.
Okay. No, I just want. I just, I just
So
want
you're
you
saying
to.
I could go? You're saying I could go out there and take a dump in the middle of the ice, and I'd still be your favorite player. Thank
You.
you.
I mean, look, from the USA team, you are the only one I like. But I gotta say. So talking with Pooh and Mello, I asked them if you could pick a player from Team USA. They both said Brianna Decker. Can you talk to me about Brianna Decker? Because I hate her, but I want to hate her less now.
I mean, she's a great player, right?
She's
I
very
think,
good.
yeah, center's like if I could compare it to another sport, it's almost like the quarterback, right? In many
Yeah.
ways. So the center position is just so pivotal to a game and to the momentum out there, and she's got the ability to change the momentum of a game. But the centerman, I mean, you look at anyone who plays center, the responsibility is tremendous, right?
Yeah.
You have to have the D zone on lock, and then you have to go out, bust up there to get to the forward area in
Yeah.
the O zone, and do your job there as well. And there's really no time off, and the rest of us wingers are just like there to have a good time, right? Chipping pucks
Yo,
out and finding spaces.
wingers, we the chilling people on the ice. We do not give. Well, for me, I'm not going back in the D zone. This is not my job. My job is to score goals. That's what's written on Wikipedia. Okay, I'm doing what
Yeah.
Wikipedia told me. I'm not going back helping defense. No, but you, how do you see? Because I think you played center a bit with us. No.
Yeah, I played center. I played center in college for a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
Wisconsin. We
it's
know.
tiring, man.
You
It's
gotta
like
stick
you
too
got to be
much.
everywhere. You got to
Yeah.
be everywhere. It's like you got to be a water bug. Like I'm not a water
Water,
bug.
and then you never get the credit because you always do passes to the wingers and these
Yeah,
motherfuckers are lazy.
yeah, yeah.
but
That's me.
no,
Yeah,
you're
it
not
wasn't near
lazy.
my stick. It's not my fault. It didn't get out.
Oh, for sure you said that many
Yeah.
times. It was
Like
too
man, did
easy.
you just get the tape?
But Wesco is going. I think is it Frozen Four or is it the
Yeah,
finals now?
I have a fun fact. Do you
Okay.
know Emily Clark?
Yeah.
She's from the University of Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know. She said it. Shit.
you know?
Are you
So
sure about? Are you sure about that? Are you
I'm
sure?
pretty sure. If this was on video, I'd have my my Badger gear on just to
I,
rep. But
hey, I have my Badger crew neck. I'm gonna wear it this weekend.
you
And
better.
I'm gonna think about you, Clarky, Nursey, and now the new recruit Marianne Picard, who's from here. So
Yeah.
uh, s-
Local. Yep.
yeah, so I'm gonna be rooting for you girls. But so why is it so special to play in Wisconsin? Like, first of all, you cannot buy a jersey from that university. It's been 3 years. I've been trying for 3 years to buy a jersey from that university, and I can't. Now, what's special about that place?
Oh my goodness. It's magical. I mean,
It's
you,
magical.
yeah, it's like Disneyland, you know? It's just like you get there, you're like, okay, all the worries are gone.
Wow.
Um, you're super happy. No, it's a great combination. I mean, I'll get the school part, first. I mean, it's a great school, right? So you've got that
Yeah,
in your back
boring.
pocket already, which is great.
Mm.
But then, sports wise, I mean, the the level of engagement from the fans. I mean, you can walk into any gas station there and they're selling, the Motion W's or Bucky the Badger gear, and everyone's just so passionate to be, a cheesehead and to be a part of the Badger group and fan base. So
Yeah.
it's just really special to join that family and to play on such a stage. And to be honest, like for us, for hockey, we get thousands of fans,
Yeah.
which at the time was unheard of, right? So whatever they're doing such a great job with developing players, developing the fan base, and really giving hockey as well as other sports the platform that they need to succeed and to go further. So it's not by mistake you find them in the finals more often than not. You've got an amazing coaching squad. You've got Mark Johnson. I don't think more needs to be said there, but he's a phenomenal guy in addition to all of his on ice accolades.
Hall of
And then
Famer.
Jackie and Dan, and I mean, they're crushing it. So, I remember when I was looking at schools, I was like, why wouldn't I go here? Like, give me a reason why I should not go to the University of Wisconsin. And you can't really find one. So it's exciting. I'm
what,
excited.
what was your top three schools?
Oh gosh, this is a long time ago, Kev.
It's not a long time ago. It's been 2 days.
Oh yeah, right. Man, my top. I think I was looking at. I did take a look at University of Minnesota, the Gophers. Don't
Gophers
like that,
is cool.
Oh.
Gophers are cool though. Emmanuel Blaise from the Gophers though.
Yeah, no, I looked at Boston College. Man, I was looking at some Ivies too.
Why you want to go Ivies?
I don't know.
I know you're smart, but Ivies is boring.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of pressure coming out of, private schools to go and stay out east. And it was crazy because I looked at Wisconsin as like, oh yeah, like I'll go out and take a look at the campus. And then when I got on campus, I fell in love with it immediately.
Yeah. I'll go to Ivies.
My parents kept telling me to wait to commit because I was like, no, like this is where I want to go. They're like, just wait, just play it cool. And I was like, no, like I want to go here.
That's crazy. Because Ivies, you saw what Ivies did to MASH and Ross Masherman. You don't want to go to Ivies.
No.
But MASH is an amazing person though.
She's amazing. I'd miss out too on all the epic parties at Wisconsin.
You didn't go?
No, I was saying I would have missed out.
Oh, okay. How was the parties at Wisco?
They're great. They're great.
She's not laughing. Okay. On a level of like, it was fun, Kev, or yo, Kev, you should have been there, or Kev, thank God you were not there because it went crazy.
It depends on the year. I think, my freshman season, I was probably like, in my mind thinking I was going to a rave every night of the week.
Wow.
Then I'd like, kind of reel it back in and be like, hey, you're here to, go to school and play some hockey. Let's limit the distractions. But no, I mean, it's a great time, right? Like, we like to work hard and compete and then also have fun. And I think it's a really healthy balance, right? Because you do go to college for the experience as well.
Yeah.
And, the student experience in itself is phenomenal at Wisco. So wrap that in with some sports, and it's a cherry on top.
We did fucking 10 minutes on Wisco. I know one girl who's happy, Emily Clark. Yeah, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what we're about to say. If you want to make sure that this pod lives on forever, you need to buy the gear sans restriction on zonekr.ca. Sans restriction on zonekr.ca. Oh, let's go back to Hills. She's amazing. She's funny. We laugh. She loves Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin too. I have a shirt. I have a Wisconsin shirt at home. I don't have a jersey though. We gotta fix that shit though. I need my jersey. Now, what name am I put in the back? I don't know. Because I can't put Nursey, Sarah Nurse. I can put, Marianne Picard. I can put, the greatest Wisconsin lover of all time, Emily Clarkey. Or I can put Hilary Knight. I don't know. Let me know on Instagram. Who should I put on my jersey? Clarkey, Nursey, Hills, or Marianne? Let's go back to the pod with Hills. When you're done playing hockey in fucking thousands of years, are you going to be on TV? No, but you should be. No, you're not coaching. I know you're not coaching. But you're going to be on TV though. Are you going to be on TV?
Maybe. Are you going to give me a job or what?
Well, can you speak French?
I'm working on it.
Hey, you were not bad. Like when we spoke, you knew some funny words in French. Like not bad words. You
Kev, you can say they were bad. Mash and I would be like whispering in the corner and be like, shh, shh, shh. And then all the French girls would look at us and be like, what are you guys talking about? We're like, we just learned this word. And everyone's just dying laughing because they're like, oh my gosh, who told you to this word? Okay,
some of them were bad, but you knew to say comment ça va, though.
Yeah. No, I think, I could probably, I had to, but I could get around and, order food and stuff. But
yeah,
it's a lot easier when you live up there, right? Because you just kind of pick stuff up so quickly. And you also don't want to be what drives me nuts is when you just expect people to speak English, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to go into someone else's area and just be like, oh yeah, I'm speaking English. So I think that's one of the things that, regardless of where I'm going, and then especially understanding it more after living in Montreal, is like, all right, French is the first language. That's primary language. That's what you have to lead with no matter what. So, and then of course, when we travel to Finland, I'm like, Kiitos for thank you.
Okay, so
that's all I know.
I've never, because we had, I think I had almost the entire Team Canada team on my pod. I think I'm only missing Jen and Mash. I think that's the only two people I'm missing.
What are they doing?
Jen, it's coming. Jen, it's coming. Mash, I haven't asked yet. It's coming too, because I love Mash.
What? Tell them to stop making the face mask and prioritize your podcast. No, they're great.
They're amazing.
I got to skate. They were nice enough to invite me sometimes to their goalie world sessions because I'm like, hey, I'm the American up here. Can I get more ice time somewhere? And I got to shoot on them and get to know them a little bit more. So it was fun. I'm hoping that everyone can kind of get reunited in Montreal.
This summer,
when the borders open back up and COVID's not a thing.
We'll try to get here for Classic next year. If COVID is not crushing us too much, we'll try to get you here for because I'm missing my line mate. I'm missing my last year we lost again. I'm 1-4. I'm 1-4. I almost cried last year. We lost at the last 12 seconds left in the game. Fucking Joe Villano. Fuck this guy. I hate him. Scored. I'm like, why did it was his first time at La Classic. And he had to do this to me? Okay, I'll remember that. But I remember we had a good time, you and me. I scored, but we had a good time, you and me.
Yeah. Honestly, I was low-key, I was kind of using you, right? Because I'm like, I just want people to know I can pass the puck, right? Like, Kev's gonna hit it. It's fine.
And then first shift in, fucking Leta crushing me down the middle of the
Yeah.
ice. That's very funny.
I was super nervous though, because I like obviously like read about what like classic is, and what you're trying to do, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a big deal. Like I'm kind of getting nervous. You've got that massive like, what was it? Was it like a dinosaur Godzilla? When
Oh
pulled in? I
yeah,
was like,
that's
this
true.
is legit.
It was a big
The
gorilla blue.
barbecue. Yeah. I was like, what did I sign up for here?
That's true. Oh man, I missed it because last year we did like classic, but like on a lower scale because of COVID and like with the protocol and everything. No barbecue, no nothing, just the game. And
What?
yeah, we only had 250 people allowed in the crowd, so it was full in a minute. And then we still like donated $21,000 in a day, so we were proud. But it wasn't as fun as when you were there. I remember when you were there. Like Manny was like, "Yo, Kev, you need to take care of Hilary because like maybe she doesn't understand what's going on." I'm like, "Well, I'm pretty sure she does not understand why everything is happening." So that's why you were sitting next to me, because if there was anything, I couldn't take care of you.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
didn't
so
someone
great.
like hit your skates or something, right?
Those guys, I hate them. Like, yeah, I was looking at for my skates, like what 3 minutes before the game, and me, I can't tie my skates. I'm not. My belly's too big. I cannot tie my skates. So the belly too big. I can't bend down. So I was like, man, I'm gonna be late for my own entrance and my own game, man. Damn.
Yep.
But how did you like it? Because it's special. Like you were like a
Yeah.
quote unquote foreigner coming to the game. You're the first people not from Quebec playing in this game.
Sick.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
only
no,
one.
it was fun. I mean, it was so much fun. It I mean, you get to play hockey and have like a positive impact on somebody, like I mean, doesn't really get much better than that. And then, there's all this French thrown around in my head. I'm like, I wish I could keep up.
but what I like the most though, and we started to have the girls at the third year. So you came at the fourth. We started at the girl at the third year. I didn't know much about women's hockey. I didn't know it was important. Now I know. Okay, but we started to have them at the third year, and hearing the guys talking about you girls when you're on the ice, hearing you girls talking with the guys, and seeing fucking Beauvillier from the Islanders asking Marie-Philippe Poulin for a stick, for me, that's my pay, because it's the one moment that it's not about women's hockey, it's not about guy hockey, it's about hockey. And the guys are impressed because they get to see you like up close. For me,
Yeah.
it was great to see. Like I remember Dubois. It was like, man, she's very good, and I answered, she's very tall.
Yeah.
Talking about you.
Yeah. Oh man, I know it's crazy too, right? Because like some of us will train with some of the guys in the summer. We got brothers or whatever, and we're used to training with them off the ice, and then to be able, usually like when we get to the on ice stuff, we're either together or we're in separate groups, so we see each other in passing. But then to share the ice, that's, I mean, it's fun because you're like, oh man, like this guy's a lot taller than I thought he was.
Well, you are tall.
Yeah, thank you. I think I put in new steel just so I could look taller.
No, you are tall. I mean, I remember the first time I saw you, we went in the elevator. I was like, how tall do you need to be to play women's hockey? I mean, Anso is not tall. Why you tall? Like all the American players are tall.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, I think people think I'm a D usually, right? Because we just think that the D are tall. And it's funny because I stand next to some of our teammates, our 2D who are the tallest, are Lee Steckline and Megan Keller.
Yeah.
And I feel short. And then I look at pictures, I'm like, oh, I'm actually like that height, but like I feel like they're taller. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, let's talk about like that I cannot say the word though. Rivalry.
Oh, rivalry? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so because this is crazy. You played with people from Team Canada for 2 years, and then you got to fight them and push them and fight to win the gold. How
Yeah.
can you live with yourself?
Honestly, sometimes it got a little awkward coming back, right? But
Of course.
because you're like, I don't know, where are we coming back from? I think we got whooped in Pittsburgh, right? Just old fashioned beating. And remember, it's me and the Montreal girls that are flying back to Montreal, and I'm like, okay, we got to share the tram ride, and then we're sitting at the gate together, and then Caro is there, and she's the coach, and I'm just like, I'm so mad right now, right? Like, we just lost, like, it's fresh, and, I think any competitor would tell you, like, you're pissed, you hate losing, right?
Yeah.
So, that's tough, and then you're like, all right, switch gears. I get to go practice with some of the best players in the world and
but
do all that stuff.
Like,
it's tough.
Like y'all whoop our ass more often than the other way around. Like it's been a tough few years for us. And then
Kev,
what?
No way.
What do you mean?
Let me tell you. We went. What did we go? We went like since I like signed up, right?
Yeah.
I went 2010. Just getting demolished in Vancouver, home crowd, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to 2014, 4 years later. So this is like going to be, 8 years now.
Yeah.
And just gutted in Russia.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Right. So I feel like sometimes you just got to give it to us,
Okay, so you were there. I didn't know you were playing at 2010.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So I don't want to bring back memories because anyway, y'all kick our ass all the time. So let's talk about some positive from our end. Okay. So you see the puck going down the ice, and it's going, and you're probably celebrating, and it hit the post. At that moment, what goes through your mind?
I would probably say some expletive, right? And be like, that, screw that or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's tough, right? Like that puck. So the way that I think we got the puck, like it went off of a ref's shin guard, right? So if the game were to end that way, that wouldn't be cool. But at the same time, like, it wasn't cool the way it ended the way for us. So it's hockey, right? And that's the thing. It's like, it's so special to be part of this rivalry because it's so close,
But did you ever talk about that game with the Montreal girl, or now we leave it alone?
No, that's in the books. But it's just, it goes to show like what their veteran core was able to do, right? Like I think we were a better team in many ways. But they just had that it factor. They had their veteran core group who has been there before and is willing to build them and dig them out of a hole. Because what were we winning? We were winning like 2-0.
Wow! I watched that game like often. Well, not that game, but that closing sequence. I kind of watch it often because it's. And I was watching it one time, and I tagged you on Instagram, and then I was like,
oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah, I know. I did it, and I was like, oh, damn, I'm an ass. But it is probably one of the best women's hockey game, except for the 2018 one, but one of the best hockey game I've ever watched. People watching that game fall in love with women's hockey right away, if win or lose. Like, it was so intense.
Yeah, and I think that that's the takeaway, right? Like you get further removed from the actual game and the heat of competition. You're like, okay, like one, like that was a super fun game to play in, and then two, all these people are coming up to you. Like I think I told a story of like I was in the produce section and someone came up to me. Obviously, these are before masks, so people can figure out who one another is.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just like, hey, like you're from that team. Like I watched your game, you know. Cool. And I think that was like the first time that I was like, oh my gosh, like people are actually watching us, Like I think Vancouver were like, yeah, happy to be there. But to have a game like that be for many people the first game or their intro to women's hockey, I mean, what a game, right? So that was the takeaway. But I hate losing. So it was a tough one to get over. But I think it's also good because it kind of re-sparks and reignites that fire to be like, okay, what did I do wrong? Like, how do
Yeah.
I do better? And
And
I
I
think that's what we're chasing, right, as athletes. So
and I promise you, I'll never bring this game back. I will never talk about this game again. So
oh, it's fine.
we talked about it once, but let's talk about 2014 though. No, it's not true. No, let's talk about 2018 when y'all crushed my heart. So it was Pyeongchang. So I remember
Yeah.
I often tell that story on the pod, but I don't know if you know that story, so I'm going to tell it to you. So I was doing a comedy show, and I was last. I was the main event, and then I had to do 45. I did 30 because I needed to rush home to watch that game. I took a pay cut to watch that game. They had TV opened just to make sure we don't miss any warm ups in the room so we can watch. Like, this is special. And I arrived home,
Yeah.
and then we go to overtime, and like, how did it go for you? Because for me, it's still a blur.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. So when they they re-aired our games during COVID, like the
Yeah.
earlier times when everyone's just like huddled around their TVs and stuck at home.
Yeah.
And I remember I was FaceTiming two of my other teammates. I was like, "What just happened?" Like, I don't remember any of that because it was just like I must have just blacked out, right?
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, like, I understand, like, from a fan standpoint, like, it's so stressful. So, I don't remember much of that game because I think my body was just like, we cannot process this. This is very stressful.
It was crazy. But okay, so we go to the shootouts, and then Milo pulls that one hander. What do you think when she did that one hand move for the gold medal game, most watched event in Winter Olympics? What goes through your mind? Are you like, man, she ballsy, or you're like, don't let me go because if I'm going, I'm doing it too?
Yeah, no, I think I like messaged her a few weeks after the game or something because that was just sick. It was filthy, right?
That was mean.
I think you see that and you're just like, okay, like, respect.
Yo.
Just like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're like, all right, cool. Yep.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
you won though, and then you win. Like, what's because I'm not gonna ask you what's the feeling because you're gonna tell me it was fun, it was great, but you just beat the team that whooped your ass in 2010, whooped your ass in 2014, and then you crush the heart of an entire country in the shootouts. In the shootout, let's mention it in the shootouts, but you crush the heart of an entire country, and you get to party on the other side of the country. Because I saw pictures of you partying, and I was mad at you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, part of it was like, that's something you dream of doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you grow up, you're like, I want to win a gold medal. And then the process it took to get there was just grueling. And then it happens and you're like, wait, what? It's like a combination of like being relieved, being happy, and just ecstatic that you're able to see it through to the end. But yeah, the partying stuff was great. I got to tell you a story though. So we actually get back in the locker room and we don't have anything in there.
What do you mean?
We have like non-alcoholic beers and stuff, and I'm like, what is going on?
What?
Yeah. So there's I took a little bit longer to get back because I had to do the mix zone, like the media, right?
Yeah.
And then I got drug tested. So that took forever. And, you're dehydrated. So, they wanted urine and blood. And I'm just like, just take it all. Take whatever I have left.
They made you piss after that game?
Yeah. Try doing that, right? And they don't even give you a beer. So you're like, all right, I'm going to be here for a minute.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He got to watch you piss, eh?
Yeah. They, maybe it was just blood. I don't remember. You know what I remember is this woman's like fishing in my vein, and I'm like, just let it go. Like,
I love my
now I think they changed the process. But so by the time I got in the locker room, you got the the shenanigans and everything going on, and some of the girls have got, beers and stuff, and I'm just like, where's the rest of it,
but how did you get the beers? How did you?
I don't know. I have no idea. So then I'm like, I grabbed a couple of my teammates, and I was like, so we have to like obviously meet up with the friends and the family, and you haven't had anything to eat since like 7:30 in the morning because it was for us a morning game, and I'm going, I need a cheeseburger, So they have you do all this like crazy media stuff, and I remember one of the assistants came in. She's like, do you guys need anything? And I was so quick with her and short. And like, I think I apologized afterwards. I was like, we need food now. And so she ran to McDonald's and just got a bunch of cheeseburgers and chicken nuggets and whatever else was there.
Wow.
And then after that, I was like, wherever we were stopped serving, and I was just like, all right, we're going up to the Red Bull house, like, let's go. And the rest is kind of history.
Oh damn. Okay, so it's because the pods usually are 45 minutes, and I don't want to take too much of your time because I mean you're busy, you're amazing, and thank you so much for being there. Love you. We're gonna go rapid fire. You ready?
Oh gosh. Okay.
So what's in your iPad or iPod before you go to play a gold medal game?
Oh boy. Music of some sort? No, I like
Foo Fighters.
Hip hop and rap. No, I'm listening to like Drake and
Hills, you like hip hop and rap?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
And R&B.
No. Can you dance?
No. Why would you ever ask me that?
So the next time I see you, I'm gonna put some Usher, okay?
Do not put Usher on. Oh my gosh, I have that music video burned in the back of my mind.
I'm gonna be like, let it burn. Okay, so if you had the chance to switch the passport of any player playing from Team Canada, who you picking for Team USA?
Oh, either Pooh or Mello.
Okay, so you pick two. You cannot pick.
I mean, I know they won't return the favor. I'm a little bitter about it, but no, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, they're great, right?
Yeah. I thought you said Jill.
Oh no, Jill's hilarious. We would have too much fun, I think.
I don't think you would ever play games. You would just like talk on the bench.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, she's a riot. No, and maybe Clarky.
Yeah. Wisconsin.
I think she's like one of the more underrated players that's coming up, right?
Like big time.
I mean,
like Clarky.
It's tough, right? Because like the more successful she is, the more like she's hitting the nail in our coffin. So I'm like, but she's going to be a great player. So
yeah.
And she also went to the University of Wisconsin. So
yeah, I just wanted to make sure she went where? Madison, right?
Yeah, University of Wisconsin, Madison. She's a Badger.
Okay, so 2 seconds left. She's amazing. Hey, rapid fire is done. I want to tell you, thank you so much for your time. And whenever you're back in town, or whenever I go to Minnesota or Idaho, we get that old fashioned. We drink those old fashioned and we have fun because I miss you.
Absolutely.
And I'm blessed to know you, blessed to have you in my life. And remember, the Olympic Stadium is not a Star Wars spaceship.
But likewise, Kevin, to be honest, I hope you come to Idaho before you come to Minnesota, because that's for me it's a special place. But hopefully I get to see you in Montreal too.
Hey,
who knows? Will they open the borders? I don't know.
Hey, we'll see. I'll go wherever you want me to go. I'll go, and when you come back to Montreal, because I think you're one of the few girls who haven't ate my lasagna. You haven't ate my lasagna.
Yeah, I haven't.
I mean, Jan, Mash, Bats, everybody ate the lasagna except you. You be safe, okay? Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Kev.
What a pod. What a girl. We need to do a part 2 next year for sure. I like to wait a year between the parts, because a lot of things happened in a year. So we'll for sure do a part 2, and wish her all the best. Man, I gotta get to Idaho. I don't know how you say that. That place looks like a great place. I need to go. Looks like there is cows and wind. Yeah, a lot of wind in Idaho. A lot of wind. Yes, I don't know. When I watch your Instagram stories, there's wind in Idaho. Lot of wind. There's a lot of wind in Idaho. I don't know. I'm just saying. Hey, I'm from Canada. There's wind in Canada. I mean, December, January, February. I mean, the beginning of March, there's a lot of wind. But in Idaho, that wind looks like some crazy wind. Now, you think, how long can Kev talk about wind? Don't challenge me, because I can talk about the wind for at least 1 more minute. Because you know when the wind hit your face? You know when it's December and that wind hit your face? Looks like when your daddy used to beat you with the belt. Happened to me a few times, and I'm a better man for that. Will not do that to my kids, but you know when that wind hit your face? Like a belt. That's some bad mother effer wind. But that Idaho wind, that's some Games of Thrones wind. You know in Games of Thrones they walk and that wind is in the air? The wind is in the air and in the hair. Air and hair, 2 different words. That wind is crazy. That Idaho wind, man, you don't want to fuck with that wind. Because that Idaho wind will mess not only your hair, but your brain. Because that shit will hit you sideways. You think that you figured out the wind in Idaho, but that bitch will hit you sideways, side of your face. Now, there's nothing worse than get hit by the wind. Okay, I smacked my computer and it stopped recording. Because I was talking about the wind. It stopped recording. You should have seen me. I was like, man, did it cut all my wind talk? I can't do that anymore, but I can still go. So you know when that wind hit you sideways, side of your head. That's concussion. You saw the movie Concussion? It was based on Idaho wind. I can stop talking about the wind right now. I can stop. But I need to let everybody know about the Idaho wind. It's enough wind talk for today. Next pod, we'll talk about the lightning. Because the Tampa Bay Lightning, that shit is ruthless. Can't stop about the lightning in Tampa Bay. We've seen lightning in Canada. We've seen lightning but that lightning in Tampa, Florida? But that for the next pod. Okay, I need to stop fooling around. I need to make hamburgers. So about hamburgers, and I didn't have sauce. I forgot to buy the sauce. So yeah, I know I'm rambling. I don't care. I don't want to go back upstairs. Everybody's going crazy. When I say everybody is me family, I don't have people in my house actually because I respect the rules. Okay, so I respect the rules. When I say everybody, it's one person. But yeah, I don't want to go upstairs. So that's why I'm talking about the wind. Because I need to tell you the secret about hamburgers, and I forgot to buy the sauce, but she doesn't know. So I made a sauce out of ketchup with steak spices, and I'm gonna rub those hamburger patties with that sauce. Now, might be the nastiest shit I've ever eaten in my life, but she doesn't know. I'ma lie. I'm going to say it's Princess Diana gone wrong. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say it's ketchup with steaks, spices. No, I'm going to lie. Sometimes you got to lie. Because if she knew the truth, Even though she told me, Kev, don't forget the sauce. And I forgot the sauce. Out of the things in my mind, I forgot that sauce. So I'm trying to stay down in my basement as long as possible to make sure that moment doesn't happen now. Because when she gonna get that first hamburger bite, she gonna know what I did. She's gonna know the lie. So we're gonna stop the recording right now. And I'm gonna face my truth. I'm gonna face her. I'm gonna face her. I'm gonna tell her, honey, I forgot the sauce.